didn't put my baby daddy on child support for the money. I put him on child support thinking that they will force him to get his kid. That's why. Yes, some parts I needed the money to help because raising a child is not easy, but the money that he do pay is not, no, don't compare it to the fucking what I spend and what I have to do. Daycare alone is $700 a month. Child support don't even cover that. So that's not the issue. I need mommy time, me time to regroup sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not fair that the dad get to literally live their life and not have a care in the world. And, you know, like, it just bothers me a lot, which I'm coming to the realization that this is just my life. And this is just what I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. Well, yeah. And so, you know, forever. But it just really bothers me that the dad always gets to get the easy way out.
So I've been meaning to make a video about child custody and how it's like a game. So in her situation, I think what she was expecting was you put him on child support, then he wants to fight for custody. Because in some situation, if the guy's actually interested in raising the child, or if he's thinking that he can quote unquote save money from not paying child support by gaining custody, then yes, he'll try to gain custody. So she tried to go that route, which is crazy. I don't know why when we break up, we can't just have a conversation and say, hey, let's just do 50-50. For some reason, we always got to play these little games. So she went, got the child support. He says, fine, take all the custody. And then now she's complaining about not having any me time, which that's the crazy part about it. Don't have kids if you're going to complain about not having any me time, because when you become a mom or dad, especially if you get into a situation where the other parent leaves, because there are situations out there where the dad is the only parent because he got with a party girl or whatever the issue is with mom. Remember, we had the guy from last year that was crying because he was at the baby mother's house and had the blinker on for like 5 minutes straight, talking about how she doesn't want custody of their son. You end up in that situation. So a lot of you women already know about this because it's mainly y'all that end up in this situation. I get it. The men can be better, but sometimes you got to pick better men. Like, some of these dudes are walking red flags. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are. But this is a classic example of the games that people play when it comes to child custody. You go get the child support. You're hoping that he takes custody. He does not. He tells you to take all the custody, and then now you're complaining because he's in Mexico right now having fun and you're at home with the kid. That's crazy. So another thing I wanted to mention is that when you see these stories with these moms complaining online, I know a lot of us like to sympathize for women and say women are generally good people. So if they're coming online, sharing their frustrations, the man is probably a bad guy. However, in these child custody situations, there are mothers out there, and she might be one of them. And I'll tell you why I think that. There are mothers out there that they will try their best to make you suffer because you ended the relationship. They'll know the relationship isn't working, but because they didn't get to leave on their terms, they will try their best to do everything with that child to make your life a living hell. They will basically say, hey, you can't see the child. Now she might run into a situation. She probably ran into a situation where this guy said, fine, keep the child. Then she's like, you know what? I'm going to make you pay child support. And he's like, fine, I'm going to pay child support. So he happily pays child support. And then now she's like, oh, come get your kid. You know, you don't want to spend time with your kid. You're paying child support, but it's not fair that you get all your free time. This situation happens more often than people think. But when y'all ladies go on social media and complain about that situation, you only complain about your side. You don't say what you've been doing to that man. And automatically society assumes that the man is just a deadbeat and he just wants nothing to do with the kid. Now, if you're paying child support, I can't call you a deadbeat. You're just not an active father, but you are paying your duties. And it might suck for some of you moms if you slept with somebody who just doesn't make enough money for you to get child support. That's reasonable, because y'all come online and complain about the amount that's being paid to you guys. But that was a decision that you made a long time ago when you decided to sleep with somebody who does not make enough money. And y'all make the excuses of, well, people say I'm a gold digger if I find somebody who makes enough money. And I'm, you know, at the end of the day, you got to live your life. So if you got to date somebody who is going to provide for you and your kids, it makes sense to me. I mean, I don't sit here and call people gold diggers because of that. It's, you're a gold digger if you're only there for the money. But those things matter in life. If you are going to ever worry if you're going to struggle, then you got to have your priorities set right. And for you, it might be to get somebody who makes a decent amount of money. But ultimately, every time I see these videos,
some people really should not be having kids. If you feel like you don't have enough me time as mom or dad, then you shouldn't have had kids, and you should just not have any more kids until you've matured up to the point where you're in a better place in life where you can actually use your money to free up your time and spend time with your kids, but also at the same time get free time. Maybe you can have enough money to pay for a sitter for you and your wife or husband to go out and have some time outside of just parenting. But a lot of people are having kids when they shouldn't have kids. And so you have all these immature people thinking that the state's going to force somebody to be a mother or father. Nope, not going to do it. So if you have experienced a similar situation below, or you know somebody that's in this situation, or if you have your thoughts on her situation, just comment down below.